What's up guys, today I'm going to show you a deck profile on the new deck profile of ever, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So there are going to be some cards I'm going to be missing in this deck until I get the cards. In this deck profile I'm going to show you the Dark Magicians with Dragoon and the one card, Red Eyes, in this. Here's, I don't have a Red Eyes deck, I wish I did, but you know. So I'm going to show you the deck profile of this deck. So let's get to it. So in this deck, you're going to play 3 copies of your faithful companion, Dark Magician. Because Dark Magician is the card that you're going to fusion summon with Red Eyes to make Dragoon. So, you want to play 3 and you want to play this. Next thing's next, I play one Palladium Oracle Mahad. Because once I draw him, I'm allowed to special summon him. If it's attack a dark type monster, then pretty much it doubles his attack. Next thing's next, I play the one Red Eyes. I don't have Red Eyes, but this card is going to be my example of Red Eyes. And one level 7 Magician of Dark Illusion. I'm going to say this card is my Red Eyes because I use it so I could go to Dragoon. And I could use it to, once Red Eyes in the graveyard, I could use Flare Metal to quick effect to detach one Xyz material to special summon Red Eyes from my graveyard. I could use this for Dark Magician fusion as well. That's a good thing. But Palladium Oracle Mahad also special summon rings out my Dark Magician. Next thing's next, you want to play 3 copies of Apprentice Illusion. Reason why I say play 3 is because 1, it search for your card for your Dark Magician if you tribute 1 card. And the reason why you want to tribute tribute 1 card is because you go once she's special summon, you could bring out, well, add your Dark Magician. Sorry. You want to play 3 Magician Souls. I don't have Magician Souls, but you could play a different card. It's up to you. You don't have the deck. It doesn't matter how the deck is. It doesn't matter if it's good or not, but you're just playing for fun. But for me, I don't have the 3 cards. Reason why I say play 3 is because you could pretty much send a level spellcaster from your graveyard. And pretty much, once you do that, you can pretty much do... Never mind. Well, here's the thing. Magician Soul lets you allowed to send up 2 spells or trap from your hand or the field to the graveyard and then draw many of that card. But here's another thing. You can send 1 level 6 or higher spellcaster from your deck to the grave, which means you can send Dark Magician, Apprentice, Illusion, or any level 6 or higher spellcaster, and then you can special summon the card. Or you could send the cards to the grave and then special summon 1 Dark Magician or 1 Dark Magician Girl. Next thing's next, you want to play 3 copies of Magician Rod. Because in this deck, it's going to search for your spells and traps like Secrets, Eternal Soul, Navigation, Circle, and Soul Servant. Or Magician combination. It could be a spell or trap. And then reason why you play this is because it's for a reason you want to get those cards in your hand. Well, I forgot to mention for my last level 6 monster, I'm playing Dimension Shifter. Because what this card lets me do is send this card to the graveyard by discarding this card, from my hand. During into the next turn, any card that is sent to the graveyard is banished instead. If you don't want your opponent to fusion summon from the grave by using Magicalized Fusion to bring out a second dragoon, then pretty much you could do this, or you could use a hand trap card, Ghost Reaper. Target one card from your extra deck and look at your opponents and banish those two. For my next card, I play a level 4 Chocolate and a level 4 Spydro Misty. Chocolate lets me discard one spellcaster from my hand and draw one card. If she's targeted for attack, she lets me allow to special summon one spellcaster from my grave, and then change that to that monster's hefty attack. I can use it for the Dark Magicians or Dragoon, which I pretty much don't have, but I'm gonna have them once I have it. I play for my last level 4 monsters. I play 2 magical something. Her level can be increased for each spell card that is activated, and she gains spell counters. I can also use her for fusion summon for the Dark Magicians. Now for my last monster, I don't play any cards like the other guys play, but I do play my own way. So I play World Chant Garden Dragon. Reason why I play 2 is because when this card is in my graveyard, I'm allowed to pretty much banish this card and special summon one normal monster in my grave, and then special summon in defense to a link points to. Also, when a card or effect is activated that target one of my link cards, I get quick effect. I can send this card from my hand and negate it. And reason why I play 2. I wish I could play 3, but I play 2 for now. So that will be all for the monsters. We're gonna go ahead for the spells. For the spells, I play 3 Magical Circle, because this is a searchable card. It is a searchable card, and it lets you search for the top 3. If you wield a Dark Magician or any spell or trap, you get added to your hand. And then when a Dark Magician is special summoned on the field, you can pretty much activate this card and banish your opponent cards. Now, for the next card, I play 2 Secrets and one Red Eyes Fusion and Magical Eyes Fusion. This card is pretty much an example of my Red Eyes Fusions because I don't have one, so I'm gonna see if anybody has one. I could buy one or trade from them or something like that, because I'm gonna add it in my Dark Magician deck. Now, Secrets lets me fusion summon from my hand or field because it's a quick play spell. I could go into the Dark Magicians, Star and Venom, Quintet, Predator Plant, Dragon Knight, the Dark Magicians, and Red Eyes Dragoon. Now, here's another thing. I play one Magicalized Fusion is because it lets me fusion summon from my grave. Red Eyes lets me fusion from my pretty much from the deck. Oh, another card you could pretty much add is Keeper of the Dragon Magic, because it lets you pretty much send one card and add one normal spell or any spell or any fusion card that lets you fusion something into the cards you might need. I play one Soul Servant because I pretty much don't have a second one, and thankfully I had one from my brother, so thank you to him. One Mystic Mind, one Secret Religious Spellcaster, and I'll say 1 terraforming as well. Reason why I play these field cards is because I'll pretty much will stop my opponent from activating spells. Mystic Mind would just lock down my opponent, but I know I'll take a risk as well because I'm also gonna lock myself down. And I play these cards because I'll pretty much, this is my first time playing field card. Oh, here's the 1 terraforming I was talking about. The 1 terraforming. So yeah, that's it for the spells. Now we're gonna go for the trap cards. For the traps, I play 2 of my Magician Navigation. Sorry. I play 2 Navigations because I'll see how good it is, but not too good. But if I can, I'll just add a 3rd Navigation. I play the 2 trap cards. There only could be 1 because it will stop my opponent from summoning other monster with a different type. Well, from the same type. And if both players control the same type, we gotta send 2 monsters to the grave. Now for the other traps, I play the 3 copies of Eternal Soul, 2 copies of Wire Trap. I gotta find that, and 1 copy of Red Reboot. So Red Reboot is a different deck, so I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna add a 2nd Wire Trap to this deck. And pretty much that will be all for the main deck, so let's go to the extra deck. The extra deck is gonna be like this. I play 2 copies of the Dark Magicians, 1 copy of 1 copy of the Quintet Magician, and I see how people play 2 copies of Dragoon, but I don't know if he's gonna be limited to 1 or semi-limit. But I am gonna be playing 2 copies of Dragoon, but if not, I guess I'll play 1 copy. So I'll just play 1 copy of Dragoon. For my last extra deck, I play the 1 the 1 Dragonite. Now for my Xyz cards, I play these cards if I can find them. Well, I do play number 11 Big Eye, Quintet. Let's see if I can. Give me a second, guys. I'm over here doing something real quick. I'm over here looking for my Xyz card. Hold up. I'll just find it later. The 1 Naruto, 1 Downer, and 1 Silent Arc, and 1 Red Eye. Sorry, I need to find that Red Eyes card. I play these link cards. Like I said, Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. I could quick effect, I could attach 1 material from the card, and then target 1 Red Eyes normal monster from my grave and special summon it. I see people play Ebon High Magician, Ebon or Ebon, but I play Illusion because it lets me special summon 1 normal spellcaster from my hand or deck. Naruto just pretty much negates spells or trap my opponent trying to activate. Downer just pretty much inflicts piercing damage to my opponent if my opponent's monster is in defense. I play the 1/1 Silent Horror Arc because I could just target detach 2 material, then target one of my opponent's monster that was special summon in attack position. Number 11, I could just target just number 11 Big Eye. Just let me take control of one of my opponent's monster. But I do play this. I play the one Borglord, one Crusadia, one Linkuriboh, and the one Tropologic Zero Boars. I play this because these link cards, because I know Linkuriboh, because I got a level 1 monster. I could just add another level 1 monster, or I could just use Scapegoat to go into Linkuriboh, or one of my monsters from my deck, and I could use him so many times. Zero Boys just pretty much banish all my monster, weaken all my monster from my opponent's side of the field, and mine's, and it comes back. Overlord just cannot be targeted by monsters effect. It's Crusader just gain attacks to the original combining monsters. I think that's it. I was gonna play this link card because it pretty much I could just target one link card in either graveyard, and this card gains attack equal to that attack and target attack until the end of this turn. Also, I could tribute monsters and destroy cards on the field. So that will be all for my deck. I'm trying to figure out what cards to add for my extra deck. So that will be all for this deck, for the Dark Magician deck. And I'll pretty much just add different cards besides Magician's Souls for this deck. And that will be all. So this is Madara signing out, and peace out, guys.